Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to episode 3 of my Shokuho mod Let's Play as we continue on our quest to become the Shogun one way or another, and we are currently fighting for the Takeda as a simple soldier. We are rising our way through the ranks. We of course started off fighting with Oda, and now we've moved over to the Takeda because they were fighting like a four-front war. However, I might move back to Oda this episode. I'm not too sure. We're kind of just like floating around. Whoever pays us more money, whoever gives us the best advantage to give us glorious battle, that's what we're gonna go with. We are also currently in a battle with the Imagawa right now, so we'll go dive in here, hopefully get some more experience, and then we'll kind of, I guess, take a little look of the lay of the land after this battle is completed in another absolutely gorgeous map. You can also see as well that we are starting to look like a pretty decent retinue now. We are along the samurai path, so we are slowly gliding away on some higher tier armors and weapons, and our katana skill is slowly going up as well, which is nice, very needed, because yeah, there's gonna be plenty of battles. And I think honestly we're gonna maybe stick as a soldier depending on if we switch to Oda. If we decide that we want to play with Oda Nobunaga because now he's in a big war in the central parts of Japan, if we decide we want to switch over to fight for him, then I think we will probably stick as a soldier for a couple more episodes. If not, I think this will be the last episode as a soldier and we'll go independent. We're already clan rank 2, I believe, so we already have some time to rise up, and I actually really like the Takeda roster. They're just maybe a bit too big for our starting nation. There we see it, the Imagawa line. I actually don't know how many soldiers they have. Yeah, they're mainly infantry. Okay, so we've got 200 infantry. I mean, we outnumber them so much anyway that if the extra battle is going to go in our favor, and our cavalry is already, I think, dominated the enemy position. Yeah, we have the cavalry smashing into their lines, going to be softening up their formation. Yeah, that is brutal as the line gets charged, and now we can move in. We've got some of our axe infantry up on the front lines, one of the very cool units I really like the look of. So let's just start smashing in. I think our katana is going to probably be a little bit better here. So we'll just start slicing down. Again, the enemy line is going to be pretty decent. We need to be careful as well not to overcommit anywhere here. It is also so hard to tell who's who as the lines do get smashed. Okay, let's look for maybe people with lighter armor if we can. Again, just doing damage. The experience we're going to gain is going to be important. Okay, he's getting smashed down, but let's try and finish him off. Okay, he's going to push back. Yeah, also as well, with cinematic combat as well, you can also dodge out of the way, which is cool. I need to utilize that feature more because it is really cool to be able to dodge people's blows. But yeah, let's just start wrapping around here. We'll go around the flank. That guy's got a sword out. Must have dropped it or something with RBM. Yeah, I mean, we're already wrapped around the side right here. They're not going to be too hard to take out. Now, this mod does also have dismemberment, but I haven't really seen too many heads or arms go slicing, so maybe I will utilize the dismemberment mod and I'll just add that to my mod list and mess around with the features, because there are some... There are a few like bugs and glitches with it, but I also didn't have the most recent version on my computer either, so maybe that is something that we will switch between. But right now the battle, I think, is going very much in our favor. We'll dodge out of that. Well, that was actually a really nice dodge by us. Yeah, as I said, we need to utilize that a bit more. But yeah, as I said, I think we've basically wrapped this battle up. Having 200 men in Bannerlord is always going to be a big advantage, I think, especially with our superior quality. As you can see, the battle line is clashing though, but you gotta respect it. The battles do look pretty incredible. I love spear preference as well, because it does make the battles, like, people do utilize spears way more effectively, and I mean, it just looks glorious, doesn't it, as well, with all the banners going around. That's like one of the only ways to really tell who's who, is like kind of going with people with the opposite banners as well in the formation. But yeah, the enemy line, I think, is, yeah, they're basically done now. 42 men. We've all got ally. There's reinforcements here. Let's turn and deal with these guys quickly. Yeah, there you go. They're going to be fleeing now. So let's just try and pick up a few of them as we pull back to be able to deal with them. Yeah, we've got good equipment now, so these battles are relatively easy to win. You know, missile line. Look how incredible as well that missile line looks. They've done such a good job with like the aesthetic of these maps of the mist and stuff. Like, it just looks really, really good. So once again, some decent equipment. Again, we're going to utilize all of this equipment to either sell, because having a decent amount of money in the beginning of the game, when you do finally go off independent, is going to be important. So the question is, do we want to stick here and fight? I feel like, oh, Kyoto is under siege. By who? By Oda's sieging. Wow. Right, no, he's at war, yeah? No, he's allied, sorry. Okay, no, so he's not. So the Hatakiyama are currently sieging it. So it's going to be this faction? Yeah, this faction is currently sieging Kyoto, I guess, to try and take it. And Oda isn't actually at war with anybody anymore. No, he is. Yeah, he's still at war with the Misayoshi, which are these guys right here. So yeah, the war should be raging on quite a bit. I mean, they're at war with a lot of people. And I feel like the Takeda War is like, it's fun, but there's also not a ton going on, if that makes sense. Like, we are basically just going from one side of the map to the other instead of just finishing people off. Oh, there's also a dual location here as well. We might head to that, honestly, and take a look at that, because that would be pretty cool to do. The Honjo Rebellion has been crushed by the Usagi, so they're going to be sending soldiers down to deal with us now. And the 9th day, Realm Form, but the Honjo has actually been taken out as well. So I imagine that's up in the north. Yeah, there's a handful of dual locations up here. Interesting. Okay, cool. That's good to note that they are here, and I think we've discovered them, so I should be able to probably just type in dual location. Does that show up? No, it doesn't. Okay, interesting. Leveled up quite a decent amount as well. This was from, I think, a couple battles last episode. So we'll definitely take the handling with one-handed weapons. Two-handed, I think we'll go Rider Slayer, because that's just going to be good, right? 10% damage with two-handed weapons. Okay, so not necessarily as good. And this is just more damage to mounts. We'll take Rider Slayer. So that's one of the skills that have actually been changed in this that aren't like the vanilla ones. Bow skill also gone up as well. Penetration is probably way better, right? Yeah, we'll go arrow penetration up, because it's actually quite a bit as well. Yeah, 10% adds up. That's quite a bit more damage. And then with the damage here, yeah, more damage boost when on speed though, right? So it's actually not that important. This is just charge damage taken. There's just not that much cavalry though in the game. Like, a few factions like the Takeda have a lot of cavalry, but a lot of the other factions don't. We are going to start putting some points into leadership, and we're also going to stick up our social skill as well. And I think we're also going to start sticking some points in horde leader, like we're in tactics, sorry, to get up to horde leader. There's some decent stuff here for when you want to auto resolve battles anyway, but yeah, getting the extra 10 men really adds up. It massively adds up. A civil war is broken out with Iki. Oh, interesting. This would be a pretty important one, right? Because that's quite one of Oda's bigger allies. I believe they're like up here somewhere. I'm also very much interested in there. Oh, is that army actually going to go siege the enemy capital or not? Or that castle, I guess? Okay, good. Oh, okay, and they peace out. That is crazy. Just as they're about to siege the Imagara, finally push them back, and they're just like, yeah, you know, actually, we're good. We're good right here. People have also told me as well, we have the ability to level up here whenever you see this, but I don't think we do, you know. If we try to, there is no like upgrade button. Normally the upgrade button is like up here. Maybe it's because we're not fully decked out and it doesn't do it until we're fully decked out. Oh yeah, no, okay, my bad. You guys are right. So it's when we don't have a full decked out equipment, it doesn't let us do it. Okay then, well, I did ask you guys if you think we should go cavalry, and you guys mainly said to go infantry until we go as an independent lord, and then that's when we should go a bit more aggressive. So I think what we'll do is we will go down this route, then we'll keep with the red theme, some big upgrades right here. Mission Pride have some decent money. We also look badass as well, especially, yeah, we look really cool now. So we'll take that upgrade, and then we can upgrade again. Oh, wow, okay. So I actually don't mind going down more of the axe route. I feel like it'd be kind of cool because it's two-handed as well, right? So can we just fully upgrade into this big old two-handed axe guy with some badass helmets and heavy armor? That does look really cool. We'll go red, of course, and then like that. Yeah, we can. Okay, cool. So we can just basically fully max out this rank now, which is nice. But yeah, okay, cool. We'll keep with the Takeda for now, but I think what we might do is we might leave and go over. Because realistically, we're just mainly looking to get like experience. And I don't really feel like I want to join, because eventually you will get made into a lord with the Takeda. Like, they'll make you into a faction. And we are piecing out of a lot of people now as well, as I guess the 80 days are running up. But yeah, I also feel like I probably don't want to join the Takeda as a faction. I'd much rather join Oda Nobunaga as we make our name for ourselves and fight in central Japan. There's not really any other faction I wouldn't mind joining. Chosen Kabi are one of my favorite factions, but they're not going to be in enough wars for us to rise through the ranks. However, we could just join them as clan rank too. That is something. But yeah, there's also a tournament here, and I think it's probably worth us doing these tournaments now that we have. I mean, it's always worth it, but now that we actually have good stats, it's actually a good idea for us to try and win, especially now we have good armor as well. Yeah, I'm actually going to bet on ourselves. And also, look how much money we're gaining now. It's kind of crazy. So let's just make our way in. And as I said, yeah, we're doing so much damage now. That is crazy. Let's do this 1v. No, oh my god, he's executing him. Yeah, okay, so that's cinematic combat right there. But one thing I wanted to do was try and, yeah, because you can also, with cinematic combat as well, you can also riposte the enemy. I need to look up the actual commands and stuff, but yeah, you can actually, if you like block someone perfectly, you can also then riposte them, and it's the same with when you dodge them as well. There's like an animation for it. So let's see if we can make, oh, okay, we can't probably do it here. Look how much better our bow skill is, just overall. Let's hit this guy, help out our boy, probably whip out our blade now as well, and just get stuck in here and finish this one off. But yeah, I need to look up more about the cinematic combat stuff, because there's some really cool stuff which I feel like just very much fits the Japanese samurai duel system. Okay, so it's 1v1s now. I don't think we'll try and get a little stab off on it. Oh, it's so hard to see in here. We'll block that, come around there. Our polearm also isn't bad. We'll block that. We managed to bring him down. No, he's down. Can we mercy kill him? Yes. We can't see it. Let's bring him down. Easy. Nice. Cool. Yeah, this is kind of a cool inside arena, but it is kind of hard to see, especially when you're like me and you move the camera up. Okay, so it's archery. We might actually fare. I'm actually going to hit him in the head and pull out our blade and just see if we can go in and stab him. This is probably what we should have done in a lot of these to begin with. Okay, he did hit me there, unfortunately, and he's going to go again. We dodged that. We try to dodge again. I'm trying to be too fancy instead of just winning these combats. Okay, let's just start swinging now. Yeah, boom, cool. Managed to get the win. You can see, look how much little damage we're taking as well now that we're in all of this armor compared to beforehand. It makes such a big difference. And nice, we got ourselves a good horse. We got ourselves 600 gold. The renowned is also really good as well, because it does get times by 0.5 as well, so it's more like 10 renowned. And we also get a big relationship boost as well with a lot of people as well. They say, I've received word about your victory in the local tournaments. I wish to personally offer you congratulations. Well done. Many skilled fighters entered the tournament, and you came out on top. I hope to see your skills develop even further. Perhaps one day you may join my retinue personally. So we also gain some relationship bonuses with them. Let's also take the time to go to the trade and sell the battle loot that we got. Again, I'm a big fan of the way that this works. That we actually, as we're serving as a soldier, we also gain a ton of extra stuff. I'm actually gonna, we can buy some hardwoods. Let's buy a bit of hardwood and let's do a bit of smithing, because it's always cool. And I feel like it'd be really cool to like craft ourselves like a legendary blade or something. You know, there's plenty of other like weapons and departments and stuff that you can mess around with, like big old no dachis and stuff. But yeah, I think this would be really cool. Something we're going to work on like slowly in the background every so often. We're going to come over here again. We'll get some hardwood. We have 13 right now, and then we want to probably can we smelt? Yeah, we want to probably smelt down a bunch of this stuff as well. Again, it is going to be slow here, but already we're gaining a little bit of stuff right there, and then we can just try and forge like we just try and forge. I mean, it's way too good for us. Let's forge ourselves like a rubbish Nodachi. Just get this in. Because also as well, learning the parts is also going to be kind of important as well. But that's going to basically be all of the stuff that we can do for now. But that's fine. And yeah, whilst we're here, why not? Let's stick a point in... Yeah, why not? Whilst we're here, let's stick a point in that. So let's return now. We now have 25k, which I'm very happy with. The Takeda have made peace with 2 factions. That's not relevant to us anymore. There's armies being created. We're making peace with basically everybody. So yeah, I think now is probably the time. But yeah, we're only at war with Usagi, and that war has just ended now as well. Okay, cool. Well, I think even though we've just reached the top rank, I think we may be... and I think we can probably leave effectively now. Hello, my good sir. Again, look how beautiful this game looks. I wish to end my service. I see you have returned any equipment. And yeah, he is happy with that for me to do that, just mainly because we're no longer at war, right? So we can just do that. We do need to equip ourselves, so let's do that. And then we're gonna, oh my god, do I have no armor? No, my armor is sieging. Oh my god, I literally have no armor. Okay, let's buy some actual armor, but we are gonna then go and join Oda anyway. Okay, so we'll spend about 7 grand. Again, this is not exactly a beautiful outfit that we're gonna be leading in. It's just, again, equipment enough for us to chill. And we should maybe go take a look at one of these dual locations. Why not? Actually, first things first, let's just wait here and get some of our stamina back really quickly. Let's just wait a day, get some stamina back, do a tiny bit more smithing. I'd like to get like maybe 25 smithing, and then let's head over to the dual location. So let's refine a little bit more of this hardwood down. Let's smelt a little bit more of these equipments, because again, this does still give us stats at these levels. And then let's just continue to forge. So what do we really want? I mean, a katana, there's so many parts, so we might as well just start crafting. Oh, there's so many different options as well. This is really cool. You can actually already go up to like tier 5 on the handles right away, which is interesting. Let's go something basic. Let's just get this forge. I don't actually really know the best way to... Oh my god, look at the stats as well. It's so bad. It's dull. I don't actually really know the best stats to like level this up. You know, like how to do it the fastest, the quickest and stuff like that. Because it's not something I've really ever done is smithing. And yeah, them katanas basically worth nothing. At least this one's just crafted though. We'll take that. We'll take that. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, let's leave this now. Let's head over to the duel location. Again, we're not exactly in the best dueling armor and other things like that, so we are pretty vulnerable, but I still want to just see what it looks like. So let's head over there and see, and then we'll go over to Oda and we'll rejoin up his army. Okay, let's approach the figure and see what happens. Here we are. Oh my god, we look pretty badass though. This would be... Oh my god, I forgot to get shoes. That's funny. And we of course have the no dachi as well. It's a bit longer, bit slower. This guy looks pretty lightly armored though, so I'm hoping he's not going to be anything too crazy. Hello, my good friend. Welcome, traveler. Would you be interested in a duel? Sure, I can think you'll find me a skilled challenger. Very well, I am very eager to duel someone of skill. The rules are simple. We'll fight with wooden weapons, boo, till one of us can no longer stand. I will be fighting with a bow staff. Oh my god, and we get to choose? Well, we'll choose a katana then, because it's just going to be faster, isn't it? And then very well, let's this begin. Oh, it looks amazing. Look at that. We have a little cutscene here, and then we go. Okay, well, he shouldn't be too difficult to block because we are just going to be faster, so we can go in pretty nicely. Oh, no, I misclicked there. Oh my, sorry, what? Okay, we blocked that. Okay, thank God we managed to break his guard there. I was trying to get fancy with cinematic combat, and that did not go well. I bested him though, and he has much to learn. Cool. Well, we managed to defeat him. I think there's like a nearby notables will hear of your victory, and we gain some renown. We're actually almost at the next clan tier as well, which is perfect. Yeah, so it's a good way of like gaining relationship with people, and also I believe there's like a leaderboard or something. There's like, as you go up the ranks and stuff, you gain more renown and do some more stuff. So let's head our way over. It does seem like, yeah, these guys are getting hit pretty hard as well. They are at war with like a lot of people as well. But yeah, either way, let's make our way over and we'll find a good lord to join. We should be able to join a much higher rank, I believe, but we'll have to see when we get there because it is a completely separate faction. So I think our best plan of action is to probably make our way over to this castle. It's kind of like their frontier position, but I might also just try and join the faction like on anybody and see where their armies are and then leave and then rejoin again, because sometimes it can be a little bit more difficult. So let's maybe just find ourselves a lord as they make their way out. It doesn't seem like they have an army though. Roaming around. Who are you? You look kind of cool. But yeah, let's just join this guy and then see what's up. Hello, my good friend. I would like to join your army really quickly. And look at that, because we have good stats, and I think we fought with them before, they are letting me start off as a decent soldier as well. So I basically start off, I think I can probably level up through all of this really quickly. So if we just do it. Yeah, so we start off at this tier 3 samurai build. Still fine. We've also gone with the Oda yellow as well, which should hopefully be pretty good. Okay, cool. So do they actually have any army? They don't have any armies operational. They're currently at war with a fairly large faction off into the west. Nara is currently under siege. Hopefully we will build ourselves up an army. And again, if they don't form up into an army anytime soon, I probably will just go independent and we'll start like kind of building up, maybe fighting for as an actual mercenary rather than a soldier. But I would still like to maybe spend a turn or two here. But again, if they don't form armies, what are you going to do? Bannerlord AI being Bannerlord AI. So this purple faction right here has really been rising up in power. They are at war with our allies right here who... Well, we're actually not even allied with them. We used to be allied with them, but I guess maybe it ran out and Oda has decided not to remake the alliance. But I imagine a war with this purple faction is probably inevitable. I could see it happening because they are basically in the midst of us. They're killing our allies, fighting. Hopefully one does fire fairly soon. We'll enter here as well, as I do want to see if we can do this tour. Oh, and speaking of, there we go. The war has been declared, but also we're at war with the Shogun now as well, because he's allied. Okay, interesting. Well, I'm here for it. Let's hopefully see this erupt. I wonder why the war was declared. There's an army being built up there, and again, we will just leave if this force doesn't join that army. I assume they are going to, but again, we don't want to be too risky because they're going to immediately head their way westward. So I just leave. They already caught the enemy army. Oh, wow. Interesting. Yeah, I imagine they'll probably come back. We're just raising up to full strength right now. Interesting. Okay, armies are being built. Forces are being mustered. Sieges are commencing. Now, there's no point trying to do this because we won't be able to join the army whilst they're sieging, so we will just be patient. Hope this guy goes in. After that siege is now done, though, we'll then move in. But yeah, that's big. This is basically everything around here we're currently fighting. Okay, so that army did seemingly get destroyed. However, Oda has come to the front now, so we'll try one more time. We'll try one more time, and look how awesome that cavalry armor is as well. We'll try one more time to join his army. If he, like, is chill and he actually does some stuff, because he has 200 men, so chances are he gets into battles like this, as it was what I was about to say. I also don't think I'm actually equipped with any armor, so let's quickly jump on here. Yeah, we are basically equipped with nothing. Do we actually even have a sword? We have a bow. I guess we'll utilize the bow then in the land battle just so that we can do some damage. But yeah, we'll join Oda just because he has a bunch of men, and this actually gives him a good opportunity to actually, fight individual armies, even if he's not fighting in like a larger army. But yeah, if he doesn't really do much, we are just going to go independent. And I think what we'll do is we'll probably just join him as a mercenary rather than a soldier. And then that way we can still muster our soldiers. We can call armies. Can you call armies as a mercenary? I actually don't think you can, but we'll still try regardless. But yeah, this is quite a good opportunity for us to get some damage in. Oda's cavalry looking pretty good as well. It's so funny saying that when there's like 20 horses, but you just don't see much horse in the campaign. Like, it is pretty rare, but when you do get it, it is very elite. So there's the enemy formation. The arrows are going to be, I imagine, flying in momentarily. Yeah, we've already got hit somehow. Yep, we got hit again. That's the second arrow in us. I don't know why I'm being focused rather than the big old blob of infantry. But let's get close in here. Our cavalry is now pushing in. They should make quick work of the enemy. Yeah, they should make quick work of the enemy line. And we're just going to try and get around the side and then use our superior bow skill just to start getting some damage in this way. I imagine the enemy line will be breaking fairly quickly. The handful of arrows. This is a good opportunity for us to get some good level ups here as the lines do clash, and we'll obviously look for the more lightly armored guys. You know, their army is actually way better than ours. It's just we have the elite cavalry, I think, which is turning the tide. Their infantry bow is making good work against us. It's so annoying how the I mean, I guess I am out in the open. We've got this little hatchet as well. Doesn't really do much damage to the heavily armored guys, but yeah, the cavalry charge is coming in. Yeah, finish him off. Mercy kill him on the ground. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. The cavalry coming in right now and finishing him off. Are you friend or foe? I assume you're a foe. Unfortunately, I can't seemingly get a good shot off on him. And again, yeah, okay, someone else gets him, thank God, because I could not hit a barn door there. Okay, let's quite quickly, before we find ourselves dead, join up as a soldier. As I said, I'm pretty sure no matter what we pick here, we should immediately get promoted anyway, so it shouldn't matter too much. Yeah, and boom, right here. And now we get the Oda treatment right here. So we'll go down with Katana. These obviously weren't available for us previously. He also gets access to some pretty decent guns. I think these rifles are a little bit different. Or muskets or matchlocks are a little bit different. He also gets access to this cavalry, not as good as the Takeda, but still a pretty decent, like, I like his unit lineup, and these obviously elite noble katanas are very cool indeed. Let's just grab up everything. We obviously get a good helmet as well. Two-handed, I think we always go with the one with the best piercing. Like 91, 94. Yeah, this just there's a little bit less damage overall. Maybe this katana. Yeah, maybe the blue katana. And the green one looks cool as well, but we'll go like that. Obviously, we get ourselves a little blade, and then we go core upgraded, and we are pretty decent. And eventually, we can go all the way up to a Nodachi. I feel like the Nodachi is probably going to be the best weapon to utilize because it has the longest range. You know, obviously, it being the longer, it should be a bit slower, but you get your handling up. Like, as soon as you get like 100+ skill, it doesn't really matter the handling too much, and you get all the other bonuses as well in two-handed. Like the amount of extra stats you gain is actually really good. Does seem like our smithing. I'm doing a little bit of smithing off camera. It does seem like this one has gone off, so you can produce more crude metal, or you get more efficient charcoal. I mean, these are kind of whatever. I know there's like an optimal one. I just haven't messed around with it too much. We will just go with charcoal. Why not? Because we're always going to need charcoal, and more parts whilst learning smithing as well, I think is good. Just so we can get all the good parts unlocked. There's hundreds of katana ones, so we're going to want to try and find as many of them as possible. There's also a tournament here, and we should do it because this will be a great opportunity for us to gain some extra relations as well. I'm really hoping we are going to get a siege battle in this episode. Oda's forces have just formed up a brand new army, so we're gonna have to utilize that quite effectively. My friend, you need to block, and he's not doing a good job like that. Oh, he's gonna push me back though and get a good little strike off. Oh, we hit him though. Nice, we managed to perfect block him. He managed to hit me there, but I was a bit too late. Can block that, and he managed to bring the sword down. That's what I get for trying to be fancy, I guess. Let's see if there's any orders we can do whilst we're here. Yeah, there's a really rubbish order right here. Order difficulty is 429. We basically have everything set up anyway. Yeah, all the numbers are perfectly fine, so we can just forge this. He's disappointed. That's unfortunate. We are learning a lot of parts though, which is good. And we only gain a little bit of money from that. Are there any other orders that we can do? This one's a little bit more difficult for us, but maybe we'll get lucky. Let's just line that up perfectly, like so. I guess we can adjust it as well. Maybe get a different handle. There's so many cool handles as well. And we just about have enough like this. I mean, it's way too difficult for us, so there's no way we're actually going to be able to make it. But he's satisfied. Okay, we'll take it. Nice. Okay, cool. And we unlocked a bunch more parts as well. And there you go, my friend. A little bit of money as well. 2 grand. 2 grand is 2 grand. Adds up. We're almost at 50k now as well. But yeah, as you can see, they have formed up their own army there. And I'm hoping Oda's going to go and help out, but I guess he probably isn't. Yeah, you know what? I think we are, because Oda wasn't doing anything. I think we are just going to join up as a mercenary. It still doesn't mean we have to stick around with this faction. The reason why I wanted to be a soldier was it was going to allow us to continue on and rise the ranks and be made a lord that way with some land and stuff, but it's fine. We are now a mercenary, so we are part of this war still. We can go join that army if we want to, which I'm going to do. We're just going to quickly try and recruit some extra men if there's any available. Okay, so these are our main troop lines. So yeah, we are independent now. We can still join as a soldier because we are just a mercenary. We haven't committed to anything, but yeah, I think that part of us is probably done. So yeah, our Ashigaru are pretty decent. We obviously also have access to other elite soldiers as well, but we just need manpower. And of course, we're now going to need horses. We're now going to need food and other things to actually help us out. And of course, we're going to need our armor. Okay, so annoyingly, these keep on crashing when I'm trying to get involved in them. Again, this is, they're very much working on a lot of these bugs, but it does kind of suck. They are really cool. You basically go in and you scavenge from dead bodies, fighting off bandits as they spawn in, and the longer you stay there, the more bandits are there. So it kind of sucks that we can't get that working, but it isn't the end of the world. We will just carry on, and maybe we'll return back once they've patched it and sorted out that bug. So we've got 16 men. Let's head our way over to this now. We could also maybe try and pick up some warrior monks as well. So these guys are, and gals are pretty good units. So they're expensive overall, especially to upkeep as well, but they're very, very good, and they upgrade into some really, really strong units. So I'm going to probably grab them. I might also as well, let me know what you guys think about this, but I might also use the more troop cost mod to make people a bit more expensive to actually recruit and utilize, because yeah, I always like a harder challenge, and I like being punished if I have too big of an army. But either way, we got a nice little bandit battle. This will be a good one to pick up, even though there is an enemy army in the northern parts coming towards us. We'll still be able to make our way in. So you can see the differences between the monk units right here, the Yari monk, and we also have Milady right here with a good old blade. Compared to the rest of our units, nothing too crazy, but we'll upgrade them, don't you worry, we will. And I mean, I look pretty badass already as well, so it's all going to hopefully turn out pretty well. So with our bow, we get a shot off, maybe headshot 1 or 2 people before we get involved, and then it's all about the katana. Oh my god, we already got absolutely smashed there. Just take out these guys, they're lightly armored. It shouldn't be too difficult to bring down. At this point, it's kind of hard to tell who's who, but that's fine. Bring him down whilst he's on the floor. You just okay, good. That was my soldier executing him. For a second, I got a little bit worried right there. I assume you're an enemy? Yeah, you are an enemy. Get off my guy. Don't you dare finish him. Don't you dare. Oh, God, he goddamn cutscened me. Perfect framed me. God damn it. Right, just the archers left now. We did lose a handful of men, but as to be expected at this point, we do not have a good arsenal of soldiers, so at the beginning parts, we're going to definitely be strong. As I said, we're going to be upgrading fairly quickly. So let's get a couple bowmen in the army. I think they're going to be a good value. And we've already got some trained veteran Ashigaru. So, as soon as they hit this rank, that's when they become quite good. So do we go down guns? So where she can go down guns, she can go down more of a Nagata weapon or bow archer. Let's take it with a gun. Why not? Yeah, I mean, again, guns are pretty expensive, but they're so good. They really are. We'll get katana as well. I kind of wish they made it so that guns were like, you had to buy the guns, or yeah, I wish they kind of made it so that they were just a little bit harder to come by. Like maybe you had to spend a special resource to obtain them. We're going to go south as well just to avoid this 86-man stack. really quickly in case it does decide to come down. But yeah, I kind of wish they made guns like really hard to come by, or just, I don't know, a little bit more like mid-late game, because you can basically just rush them at the beginning of the game and just start cutting people down. And yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool to just have them be more expensive. Maybe you need to like buy the equipment to utilize them. I don't know, something cool like that would be, yeah, a nice change. I don't know if they're gonna win this, by the way, as well. There's 86 of them versus 100, and it's a siege attack. We're gonna join and try and help out here. I think maybe if we jump in, we play the battle, we're more likely to win it than the auto-resolve. But yeah, let's see. Hopefully we can win this, because we do not have a lot of men. I don't know why Oda is like, oh my god, we're naked as well. We're naked. Cool, we got a little bit more style now as we push up in the settlement. It's a really cool looking settlement as well. It's one of my favorites. These are one of the hardest ones to defend as well. To attack, because you get to this point and there's just so many archers. I'm hoping they're going to be at a point where they just don't have enough manpower to cover everything, so they're basically sitting ducks. But I've defended this castle several times with like a proper force, and let me tell you, it is an absolute pain to try and take care of, because you get into some crossfires and some murder holes, and yeah, it is brutal. But yeah, let's fire off some arrows here. Let's see if we can. Yeah, our archer skill is still struggling so much. Can we move closer? Yeah, we can move closer here, out of range of a lot of their soldiers, and then maybe shoot up here. However, we'll deal with the archers. It's just when you get back there. But as I said, I just don't think the AI has enough men to make this like fortress actually hard to take. But I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to be okay. Yeah, he's already down as I friendly fire a little bit more. We got the gate open as well. You guys are all friendlies. Yeah, boy, it's probably best idea to get this gate open so we can throw in the rest of the soldiers. I think we're waiting right now. We're waiting for their counter attack. Yeah, so as you can see, they have a lot of archers up there that you can just obviously start pinning us down before we start pushing. They've obviously counter attacked a little bit here, but it's just militia. We actually have samurai in our army. But yeah, it's mainly just these archers. And as I said, as soon as you get to like the upper places, it becomes a pain to break through. But as soon as you start breaking through here, and we just don't have the quality to replace, yeah, life becomes a lot easier. So I'm actually going to get up here. And does this even do damage? It does no damage. Okay, so we're better off just using our bow and maybe trying to get some headshots here through the bamboo. Yeah, boom. That's one less archer firing in. We take those up here as well. We can just hit through the cracks. Oh, this bow is doing some crazy damage now as well. Yeah, boom. Okay, good. Nice, we're taking some soldiers out. We're actually already broken through here as well. Good, good, good. We've got our bow. As I said, we're going to just try and come up here. If we die, we die. But I think by us just being here and then having a real lack of soldiers, we should be good. Is that? Yeah, that's our soldiers. Let's come over here and again, we'll make our focus here dealing with the archers. Okay, pushing up there as well. There's a few more just being dealt with there, and we're obviously dealing with this guy right there. Yeah, so normally when we've been fighting this, and there's no soldiers up here either. Yeah, they just don't have the manpower to deal with this, because normally this is like a killing zone right here, because you have archers still up there fighting, shooting down. You have archers and guns shooting on this layer, and then this layer, and then that layer, and then that layer, and then the back layer up there and up in that tower, and it just becomes way too much, and you just lose so many soldiers pushing through here, but they just don't have the manpower. And you can see we didn't even have to make it to this inner layer before we overrun what remnants they had, so definitely a weakened garrison. Even with if they had the 20 or so men to do that, we were able to get stuck in. And nice, now we're meeting some lords, making some friends, and taking some prisoners. Oh, we got ourselves a nice banner as well. I'll take that. The extra movement speed is actually going to be really useful. No other better equipment. Well, I guess we can start equipping our siege attire right now, as we don't really have much in the way. We did get some better armor, so now we can give this guy that armor. We don't have any better weapons, right? This bow is better, so we'll take that over. We'll take some shoes as well, which is kind of funny. Oh yeah, this armor is actually slightly better as well. Cool, nice. We'll take that then as well. Perfect. So then we have armor on both, which is good, and the rest of the equipment can come our way. Nice. Well, either way, we've managed to take this castle, which is a plus. Our army is pretty battered, so we're going to have to recruit, and I think the sooner we try and recruit up to full strength, the better. But yeah, this was a castle that we actually never had access to, so I'm happy to have taken it. Oh yeah, there's some samurai here. Yeah, this is one thing I just don't like with these samurai 50 gold, right? I feel like they should be like 250 a pop, so you recruit 3 of them, that's 750 gold. Like, it adds up. So yeah, I think next episode, again, let me know what you guys think, but I think next episode we add the better troop cost model, or something along them lines. It just, I think it just makes the campaign a little bit harder. We have some really cool looking units here, the heavy Ashigari, which is special to Oda, some more bowmen as well. So we'll grab all of those. Hopefully it doesn't affect the AI too much. But yeah, let's go back. Let's go on a bit of a recruitment spree. Maybe see if there's another tournament back here as well. Yeah, again, we're just recruiting like really good soldiers right off the bat. And I think that'd be a good way just for like to show like the differences between the samurai, because the samurai and peasants really aren't that expensive whatsoever to even begin with. So I kind of like the idea of them being more expensive. Okay, so we've managed to run down an enemy caravan right here, which should be a really good place for us to fight. So we're going to attack them. I also managed to bring along an army who was just following me, so I won't say no to an extra 100 men. No, we won't. Unfortunately, that caused a crash when we tried to fight that. Again, keep in mind everything we're playing is still very much work in progress. A lot of the bugs and stuff they are aware of and they're fixing, and that's why the mod hasn't fully released it, because they want it to be as picture perfect as possible for when you guys get your hands on it. They have, I think, something roughly like 800 testers on the mod right now, just making sure everything is being fixed and stuff for their big release, which is good because yeah, you never want a mod to release and it's just really buggy and crashy and just doesn't really work. But that's fine. So we'll continue to recruit as much as we can. We only have 20 men now, but we'll go back and we'll fight in this tournament really quickly. Again, these tournaments are great, especially about building up relations. And we get a famed katana. That'd be incredible. Okay, we're gonna have to try hard this one a little bit. So let's make our way in. I'm gonna go after this guy first, I think. Nice, we hit him on the ground. Can we finish him off? No, we didn't finish him off. That's fine. Our ally though is doing a good job. Go around there, help out. Nice, cool. That's one of the lords taken care of as well, which is a big. On to the next round. Here we go. We'll let the archer fire. Okay, let's see if we can take this guy on. We want him to obviously focus in on our allies. He just goes in and we just double team him. And we just hit, piercing as much as we can. Not much damage in the head. The arrows are still coming in. We have the shoulder protection, which might keep us a little bit safer. And we'll come in here. Oh, 60 damage right away. And then we just break his guard as well. Breaking guards in this is just so brutal. You do so much damage. You come crushing down on the enemy. But yeah, we'll just do the same again. These are a lot easier now that we have better armor and better equipment. Even taking bad damage isn't going to be the end of the world, because this guy does not exactly have the best equipment either. And then into the final round is this map as well, which is not good. And this guy is actually pretty good as well. He's going to hit me in a second. We'll block that, go back on him. You can see he's so much better than what we've been focusing on. And he's going to block me here. No, okay, yeah, that was fair enough. That was a clean strike. But we got one back on him. We'll block that again. Break his guard, but he's there. Oh, nice. He actually fell back. We need a bit more posturing. I blocked that. That was slow motion, but I was so blocking that. Okay. Still not doing enough damage to break him down, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world. I would have loved to have got that famed katana. It is what it is. On the upside, though, we now have 150 athleticism, which is great. Definitely the walk it off, so we just heal faster whilst moving. It allows us to keep mobile. It allows us to keep on pushing. Cool. Let's continue on our big recruitment spree then. We'll just grab as much as we can. Probably up to 50 men again. I feel like that's probably a good limit, and then we'll head back. We obviously need to be a little bit cautious of enemy armies. But yeah, to be fair, if we get up to 80, we could actually start fighting enemy lords as well, because I've seen a bunch of enemy lords who were sitting around about 70, 80 men. There is an army built up there as well, which I wouldn't mind. We've also managed to corner ourselves some deserters as well, so we will bring these guys down. Unless, oh my god, as long as they can't get over the river, we should be fine. So that's going to be something pretty fun to actually mess around with as well, is actually going on the sea as well, like getting ourselves a ship and heading out there to fight bandits and other factions. Oh, they're just archers. Interesting. Let's get our bowmen set up like here. We'll stick them in loose formation as well. The infantry should also go loose formation, and we just have to hope that, yeah, we can just basically just run them down before they can shoot us to pieces, because that's a lot of arrows coming in. There's a lot of arrows. Oh, we even have gunners as well. Okay, cool. Well, we're hit up and close and personal now. We should be fine. I could mercy kill that guy, but I think we just need to move on to the next. Keep on pushing. Yeah, they're actually pretty good in melee combat as well. Look at them go. Oh, wow. I think my armies are running, you know. I think my boys are running. Okay, well, it seems like it's up to us now just to cut through these guys in swaves. I mean, there's not too many of them left. Oh, that actually hurt. Oh, he tried to hit me, but we dodged. Nice. Come on, finish him down. Finish him out. Finish him out. Block that. Nice. We managed just to dodge that in time. Okay. Pretty telling battle. These archers are brutal. I mean, it's just like Bannerlord in general. I mean, that guy did not block at all. But yeah, it's just like Bannerlord in general. Archers seem like they're absolute king in this. You can just, if you get enough of them, it's just a massive missiles and you just cut people down, especially that shields as well. I imagine it is just devastating, brutal. We could maybe keep these guys though as prisoners and recruit them. What do they go into? Oh wow, this unit tree is massive. Is this like a noble troop tree or something? They just go into any unit maybe? Because them tier 4 guns or whatever, yeah, these guys seemed insane. So maybe we try and get these elite marksmen. Well, either way, there's going to be some good loot for us. Yeah, as you can see, we lost a lot of soldiers. Well, yeah, that faction is actually really, really good. Okay, is our army moving and doing much? Because we still need to recruit a bunch more men. Okay, there's only 180 of them. Yeah, I don't really know why the AI isn't committing more men to the army. It's kind of a bit frustrating, you know, that they're not doing it. Again, it's just all tweaks and stuff, and if it is an issue, I'm sure they can make it so that the AI does join in more. But you'd think that there's nothing really stopping them from doing that, you know, joining the army and reinforcing. But maybe, again, it just maybe just need to tweak a little bit of the aggression. I feel like the more aggressive the AI is, the better. You want, like, I think as you progress through a campaign, you want factions just conquering everything and steamrolling the opponents. Maybe not necessarily steamrolling, but I think that's one of Bannerlord's biggest mess ups when it comes to their diplomacy in vanilla, is when they made the Kuzite so passive and now nothing happens in the campaign. You play the campaign map for 500 days and basically no empire comes out on top, which is just not how it should be. Every campaign, like 1 or 2 kingdoms should rise to become the strongest, and then there should be you as well alongside them. I will die on that hill. But we have our 60 men now, which is a decent amount. I want to see what we can do at this port as well. So we can take the ferry, we can buy a boat. So what would be a basic boat, folks? So for our 60 men, we could buy this for 20k, and it would cost us, what, 200 to upkeep? But it would take 10 days to build as well, because I don't have any, maybe. And then, yeah, we could buy these smaller ones as well if we wanted to just kind of add to our fleet. Yeah, we could do something like that. Or we could just buy this big one and then maybe a small one as well to kind of commence our fleet. Interesting. That'll be something maybe we mess around with next episode. I think we still need to gain a little bit of money. But yeah, that's where we're going to wrap up today's episode. Hopefully there was no audio issues. Again, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier on, but there are a bunch of audio issues that I was having, and that's why the last episode was kind of short. So hopefully this one is much longer and you guys can enjoy it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you did drop a like, drop a comment, you can check out the entire playlist down below in the pinned comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.